it's that time of year again. The snow is falling, the lights are twinkling, and Canadians everywhere are making their wish list for Santa. And me, well, I've got just one thing on my Christmas list this year. Actually, it's two. I think the first one goes without saying because it is on the lists of many Canadians. I want a new prime minister, but I also want an end to ridiculous plastic bans. You know the ones I'm talking about when Justin Trudeau espoused his love of drink box water bottle sort of things while also listing plastic as a Schedule 1 toxin along with mercury, asbestos, and lead.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic, away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles.
These are the bans that took away our trusty plastic straws, our convenient grocery bags, and even our disposable utensils, which are pretty convenient this time of year when we are constantly entertaining friends and relatives. These convenient, sanitary, disposable items have been replaced by flimsy paper straws that turn to mush before you can finish your eggnog, and reusable bags that are less sanitary and, of course, more expensive. And constantly buying bags because you had to zip into the grocery store to get something last minute sure adds up when we're all struggling with Justin Trudeau's food inflation. And let's not forget why Trudeau's Liberals did this in the first place. It was to save the planet. But as we've said time and time again, Canada's plastic waste is a tiny fraction of the global total. Meanwhile, countries like China and India are the real culprits with rivers of garbage. And based on this recent return to an access to information filing I did with the province of Ontario, one that's 5.5 years overdue, the government isn't even bothering to study if recycling programs are effective. They have no data. And that makes complete sense because, as we know, this isn't about the environment. It's about virtue signaling. It's about Trudeau pandering to his globalist buddies and making life harder for ordinary Canadians in the process. His two favorite things. And who pays the price? Well, you do. Small businesses are forced to adapt to expensive, ineffective alternatives, and they pass some of those costs along to you. Families are stuck with soggy paper straws and bacteria-filled reusable bags. And for what? So Trudeau can pat himself on the back at international climate summits that he flew to? Now, here's the truth. These bans don't work. They don't solve the problem they're supposed to solve. If anything, they're making things worse, as we've seen with skyrocketing production of alternative materials that are just as harmful or even more so. And look, I'm careful. I love my plastic, but I sure don't put it in the microwave. And besides, shouldn't we all have the choice to eat off the plate of our choosing at a family barbecue? What Canada really needs is a dose of common sense. Let's stop penalizing Canadians for problems we didn't create. Let's bring back the tools that actually work, like durable, functional plastic straws and bags. So Santa, if you're watching, I've been good. Mostly. Relatively. So let's make 2025 the year we ditch the nonsense. Canadians have had enough of this green grift. All I want for Christmas is a new prime minister and for Trudeau's plastic bans to go the way of the dodo. Because let's face it, Santa's milk and cookies deserve better than soggy paper plates and cups. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. From all of us here at Rebel News, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And remember, common sense isn't a gift for the holidays. It's something we should fight for every day of the year. If you'd like to help us keep up the fight in 2025, give yourself the gift of a Rebel News Plus subscription. It's only $8 a month. Go to rebelnewsplus.com to join today. Help us out in 2025, and you get the gift of access to our premium shows and content. Again, that's rebelnewsplus.com.